Well, hello everyone and welcome back to another Theme Park Obsession video. My name is Dylan and thank you so much for tuning back into the channel. Today I'm hanging out at Universal Studios Hollywood because it's all about Halloween Horror Nights today. I'll be going on a behind the scenes tour of one of the haunted houses. I believe it's Fallout. And in addition to that, we'll be cruising around through the park to check up on any other Halloween Horror Nights updates. So how about you and I dive right in. Now, first things up here at Universal City Walk, they have the Universal Studio Store all decked out for Halloween Horror Nights. The merchandise is slowly making its way through the property. We first saw it at Production Central and now it's at Universal Studio Store. And I'm sure within the next day or two, it'll be inside the theme park as they do the floor sets in there. Yeah, you have all the event shirts available, all the Five Nights at Freddy's stuff available, like these cool jackets and t-shirts. And I'm gonna have a separate video going over all of the merchandise that's going to be at Halloween Horror Nights 2025, so be on the lookout for that. Make sure to stay notified and subscribe if you haven't already. Yeah, you can see that there is a ton of stuff to go over, and a lot of this stuff is already selling out. I mean, people are going crazy for a lot of the HHN merch this year. I've officially made it in the park, and look at this. They have some lighting and truss all set up for the Chainsaw Clown Scare Zone. I'm loving all the additional lighting and props that they got over here. So much fun. Look at these cool clowns. Aren't they the best? I mean, look at this guy. He's having a great time. And this guy over here too. I was talking to him earlier. He's super stoked for the season. He actually took my spot this year because I'm not doing it. And I said, hey, you can go ahead and have my spot. Just make sure you get chainsaw trained. And yeah, he's ready to go. The moving lights this year are going to be so much fun. I've been wanting them to do this for years. I've said, like, why don't we have moving lights up here in the front for Halloween Horror Nights, especially when it's foggy and then you can see the beams of light everywhere. Yeah, this is gonna be awesome. Now over here next to the New York Street facades, the fire towers are a lot different this year, like I pointed out in my last vlog, and they have not put the flamethrowers up just yet, but I would assume here in the next couple days as we approach the grand opening, those will go up. Okay, I've made it out of the park. It's time to check in for my behind the scenes lights on tour of Fallout with John Murdy. So much fun. I love doing these every single year. So huge shout out to Universal for inviting me out for yet another one. I cannot wait to see what everything looks like. And this is all going to be a surprise for me because I really am not familiar with Fallout. So I'm going to learn a lot today, and maybe some of you that are watching that don't really know what Fallout is either are going to learn a lot. So I'm excited to get started. Let's head back in. Let's check in. I don't want to, break the rules and just bum rush it. I could, but I still don't know how far I would be able to get. So let's check in properly and then start our behind the scenes tour. Since I don't know too much, we're gonna talk about the set design and the overall layout of the haunted house. I was able to take a few photos inside, and I think I got a couple video clips. We wanna keep a lot of things a surprise, but I gotta say, the set design in here is really well done, and the sets themselves are very large, very big rooms, wide open pathways. It's large in scale throughout, from start to finish. Now, there is a little bit of a downside. I gotta say, the attraction might be a little short. Now, one scene that I thought was really, really impressive was one of the outdoor scenes, and it's right after the vault, so near the start of the haunted house. And you step outside and it looks like you're in the desert. And I can only imagine what all of this is gonna look like with the show lighting and then the audio going. And I'm sure there's gonna be some special effects in here because I did look up at the rafters, and yeah, there's a lot of lights going on and a lot of speakers. And they still have to set dress a lot of this stuff. Remember, this is not a finished product, so just keep that in mind. This is not the final look. They still have about like a week to go until grand opening at the time of making this video, so they're going to be tweaking as much as possible and, of course, adding to the scenes themselves. But I just love this outdoor setting. It looked so cool. It kind of reminded me of a scene they did a few years back in Black Sabbath. For those that remember that haunted house, that was in 3D, and they had like an outdoor nuclear scene. My second favorite scene was probably the Super Duper Mart, so outside the shopping mall and then the interior spaces, which is the finale to the haunted house. Really cool details in there, and again, set dressing is going to continue for the next few days. They were installing some stuff throughout the haunted house, some things that I'm not going to talk about. I'm going to keep a secret, but when we did see it, it was pretty spectacular. But yeah, I mean, the shopping mall scene, really fun. Again, wide open pathways. There's some really good scares going on leading up into this point. And of course, since it is the finale of the haunted house, there's going to be some good scares. But just like the other scenes, it looks like the destination, right? So this looks like an abandoned shopping mall or a convenience store or whatever they were going for here. Again, I'm not familiar with the show or the Super Duper Mart, but I mean, I feel like they nailed it right here because it did feel like I was in an abandoned space. And the other thing that's really cool, this used to be the Walking Dead attraction. The building that Fallout is inside of was Walking Dead, and you cannot tell that you are in the Walking Dead building at all. The layout of this haunted house is so unique and original that yeah, you just Walking Dead is no longer there. It's just gone. The other haunted houses that have been in this space before, you can kind of tell where you are, but with this one, yeah, no, Walking Dead is totally gone, and this is an all new experience. So I love that they're going full on black box theater with it, and they gut the space each and every year, and then they create new experiences in it that don't really have to confine to the old Walking Dead layout. I think they did a pretty good job with the IP, I gotta say. I thoroughly enjoyed my walkthrough of that, and yeah, I thought it was pretty immersive. So with all the show lighting on and the audio going, all the special effects, I mean, it's gonna truly feel like you're in this wasteland. So now I'm gonna have to brush up on the Fallout stuff. I'm gonna have to watch the series and possibly play the video game now, because I gotta know what the heck's going on in here. And yeah, like I was saying earlier about the length of the attraction, yeah, I wish it was a little bit longer. I wish they would have maybe done some tight corners and that kind of stuff in there. It's really wide. So it's impressive in its own right, because you pull up to these scenes and you're like, wow, like this is really cool. I can't believe they fit this in here. But when you do that, you sacrifice the length of the experience. So that might be the one thing that the public might be disappointed in. But aside from that, I think that might be forgiven just because of the details that are going into that particular IP. I think people are going to really love it, especially those that are fans of the IP in general. Okay, made it back to City Walk. That was a lot of fun. Quick little update, but I just wanted to show you a few of the Halloween Horror Nights decorations that have been placed in the park the past couple days since my last update, and of course, give you a little sneak peek inside Fallout for this year's Halloween Horror Nights. Really fun stuff. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, you can let me know by smashing the thumbs up button. And if you're new to the channel and you love these videos from Universal Studios Hollywood or some of your other favorite theme parks, well, you should consider subscribing, because I have brand new videos every single week that you won't want to miss out on. The links to my Instagram account, my X account, and all the other fun stuff will be down below in the description, including the second channel. And also a huge shout out to Universal Studios. Thank you so much for inviting me out today. So much fun. I always have a blast with anything Halloween here. But until the next video, I hope you have a beautiful day, morning, evening, whatever it is, and I'll see you next time in the parks. Bye.